All right, I think we're live.
All right, y'all, we're live. I'm going to check our audio.
I think I turned up your audio instead of our audio.
I'm going to check our audio.
You check our audio. Do we sound good?
I don't know. Hold on a second, yo. There we go. Oh, yeah. we sound good. Audio sounds
terrific.
Better than usual. Normally non-terrible, but sounds good. So how's everybody doing this evening? So how you doing, Matt?
Doing good. Did some chainsawing.
Did some chainsawing
this evening. Yeah.
How you doing, mother?
I'm doing good. Hey, Jennifer Hunt is here.
British Columbia.
Awesome. So you were chainsawing outside?
Yeah.
So
it's my way to de-stress.
Awesome.
It's your way to decompress. You
decompress by chainsawing.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Always.
So
wish I had something to do. I used to just like throat punch people. No, I'm kidding. That's talking foolish. I didn't do that.
He's gonna learn not to talk foolish.
One of these days.
Did like the 1-inch
my
punch.
dad would always say to me, like, "You talk foolish, boy." Yeah. And now my dad passed away a couple years ago. Nobody's there to tell me you talk foolish, boy. And so hopefully
you have to self-regulate.
Hey, Shielded Prepper, good to have you on. Hey, we're probably gonna see you up in Red Rock, Arkansas, or whatever. Where is that? Where is that going to be? Oklahoma. It's going to be at the. That's going to be at the. It's in October, I think.
Kentucky or
no? I'm sorry, Oklahoma. The Red Rock Amphitheater.
Oh, what?
That's the one that.
That's another
Chris.
One. Yeah.
Yes, there you go. Red Rock Canyon and Adventure Park.
That place. Huh. Yeah. What's the official name of that event going to be called?
Jesse, what's the official name?
Hinton.
Of the event. It's going to be like a prepper / homesteader / and I want to have a precious metals guy on to talk about
the shenanigans.
Yeah, like how can Bitcoin go to the moon and hyperinflation be like practically 30% and gold and silver can still be manipulated in a very flat fashion. Financial Prepper Summit. I love it.
Cool. That's awesome.
So I would love to hear a dissertation about, because I very much appreciate precious metals. But we are not here to talk about precious metals. We're here to talk about carnivore and our success or lack thereof. And I know everybody is, well, not everybody. I know there are people like my chiropractor.
Oh,
they're just like, check your blood work because.
Really? Did he say that?
Seriously?
Yeah, his wife.
Or
and if you guys are watching, I'm not hating.
Or there's people like my dentist, and he's like
Crentist.
He's like, that's amazing that you're carnivore, because he tries his hardest to be carnivore, but as a full-time dentist, it's really tricky. But he's actually able to just get like order out steaks and stuff like that throughout the day and eat them.
Thank you for praying for us, Jennifer, because between being invaded at our southern border and a raging fire up in the Panhandle, like Texas is just having a good old time down here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's been real. I'm going to try to have Texas Slim on to talk about the fires on the Panhandle. He's been there and he has a fundraiser.
So. Yeah, the cattle market is very fickle, and it went from like literally only a month or two ago, you practically had to give your cows away at the sale barns, to now they're almost up to $4
through the moon
a pound for just like anything
at the sale barn.
Also, like just like newborn calves are going for like $600, $700.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
crazy.
Wild,
nuts,
and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah,
Wilmer's still awake.
So we've been planning out and trying to figure out which cows we want to add back into our beef herd.
Yep. Yeah, we want to get the herd back up. I know we talk about this a lot, but we're trying to make our final decision on what we want to get. And it also goes right along with also getting a good deal too. So we want to be able to get a new little herd going and then be able to supply our own meat at first, get that good, and then be able to start fulfilling some of our orders for some of our customers that we've had. So
yeah, because we had some really great connections with some little local farms, and we provided several cows for families last year, and halves and quarters, and you'll see all that on the website, as well as pigs we did. And this year has just been like, it really just threw a wrench in everything. Man. I mean, coming back from the drought last year, and the prices were starting to creep up at the end of last year when we were buying cows from local people to have processed, but it really just got to the point by the end of last year, like the last couple that we had done, we weren't taking a loss, but we weren't making any money at all on it. So we just decided, and at the same time, the boys' construction business really picked up, and the sawmill business really picked up, and they just didn't have the time to kind of like
do everything.
To do everything. And it wasn't financially.
We were doing a podcast with Jack Spirico, and he was like, dude, you got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So,
and at the ranch, we do need to put in a hard corral in concrete so that we can load.
Right now we have a round pen with two chutes off of it. And it's just made out of really the heavy duty cattle panels, the prefer cattle panels, not they're the actual square tube
not
ones.
The lightweight, but
not the lightweight, the heavy duty ones. But cows are really tough on stuff. And we've had a couple crazy enough be able to pick them up and do crazy stuff with them, even though we have like each section T-post down and chain down. So we just need something permanent, concreted in the ground, reinforced, all steel. So I think it's a toss up right now between Herefords, some variation of Hereford,
Beefmaster,
possibly Beefmasters. So trying to figure that all out, trying to make the right decision, but also have to make that decision quickly and in order. So we have to act accordingly, as a West Coaster once said. So
what's the cost of feed or 9 months worth of feed? It's just whatever thankfully, if we're not running too many cows and get overgrazed, we have
zero.
We have really, we have a deal with our neighbor where we can hay his field. How many acres is that field?
That's about 22.
22.
Yeah, 22.
So
acres,
we will be able to fully harvest, and we'll pay
around it averages about 35
a bale
to $40 a bale,
which is
and that's for discount. A 15 to 1,600 pound bale.
Yeah,
and it's for a big bale.
And with the rain we're currently getting, we should get on the first cut 3 bales an acre.
Yeah, I mean, last year it produced the most it's ever produced, and that's because we put organic rabbit fertilizer on it. We got some soil tests done on our property here on the homestead. Then we had soil samples done over at our neighbor's property that we were talking about, the field hay meadow there. And then we got soil samples done over at the ranch. And in all, it's going to be about $1,200 each place to get it amended perfectly. So now we're just trying to evaluate that and
versus compost extra.
Yeah. So compost tea. So we're trying to figure out different things because certain things on their list, are chemicals, and we definitely don't want to put any chemicals on our.
No, they're not. It's all natural.
Oh, it's all natural.
Potassium.
Okay.
Magnesium.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's just.
Oh, I thought Dad was saying something else.
No, they're all natural. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
there's
I
no
thought there was
chemicals.
some
It's
type
just,
of chemical fertilizer or something.
It's just basically lime, and then the rabbit fertilizer. They do things all natural, so it's just liquid.
I got misinformation.
Supplements.
No, well, if you read Elaine Ingham's work, she claims that if you get the soil biology correct, that the soil biome actually generates all of those, that NPK stuff, that balance, and You know, and Billy over at Permapasture has been experimenting with this, and it's working. And compost is virtually free. You know, it requires effort to turn it properly and all that stuff. So I would like to, I'm definitely going to experiment with it. And I'm definitely going to I'm very terrible at procedural stuff like composting.
It's a large, it's just like we have at least 15 acres here. We have 25 at the ranch, and then another 20.
The amount of compost tea, I think it would be a lot.
I mean, you're talking
wouldn't
50.
Be. Yeah, and we could, plus. You know, we did the tote spreading method when you guys remember what did you guys spread with the tote? And we set up that sprinkler system, and then you just took it off.
Yeah,
and
liquid wrap it.
Yeah,
well, no, what we did is that was during that drought.
And we were just watering the field.
Yeah. And that helped the field because anything.
Yeah.
So I'll spread the compost tea the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
And but we just gotta experiment.
Yeah, it's experiment. Definitely.
We're getting there. You gotta have grass.
Try, fail, adjust.
Before you have cows.
Yep.
So
and that's the other thing too, around like as the beef prices go up, and then being carnivores and not wanting to be tied to the system, you know, because we do consume a lot of meat, you know. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of meat, but it's not a lot of meat all at the same time. Like that's the crazy thing. Like I'll just have like a bowl of ground beef at the end of the day, compared to back in my normal carb days where it would be like, dude, like massive amounts of like potatoes.
Like, in the beginning of carnivore, we were eating a lot of meat, and now it seems like we've all like really, really weaned off.
I definitely think that's the case.
That's 100%.
I mean, I know for myself,
getting the fat balance, definitely
between the fat balance and when I really want to be therapeutic. Like I had gotten my inflammation down to totally zero, and I was having no back pain. I don't necessarily have shoulder pain per se. It doesn't feel as great. When I first went carnivore, I had like no pain.
You felt superhuman.
Yeah, I had no kind of pain, and I had no kind of. It didn't feel like the joint in my shoulder wasn't perfect, even though I didn't have the range of motion or whatever. But it felt, before I engaged it, it felt completely it felt normal and natural, like it should feel when it's totally healthy and functioning. Now it doesn't hurt. It's not hurting here now. When I lay on it, it's not sore, but it's so not
you
like
on that shoulders.
Yeah, sometimes I do. I kind of like, not fully on that shoulder, because that wouldn't be a good day. But
I was gonna say.
But yeah, so and I'm not having the like when I first went carnivore and started really trying to exercise with the push-ups and stuff, like it literally felt like superhuman. Like it felt like unbelievable. Now it's not quite there, but like I had my inflammation to zero with no type of neck and back pain. I'm not right there right now, and I didn't really change anything. And I do definitely feel that it's therapeutic when I go red meat, virtually raw, like barely meat, ultra, barely medium rare, seared or whatever. Like, and it just feels, that part feels great.
Yeah.
But, and I don't want to keep rambling. But.
Well, overall, you're feeling great.
I feel great. I'm sleeping great.
Yes.
So. I'm high energy. I'm not like Jeb.
Yeah. So I think to answer your feed question was that we don't feed grain. So we don't have any grain feed costs. We do give them minerals. And hay in the 3 or 4 months in the year when it gets too cold and there's no grass, then they get hay, which is just grass that's cut from our neighbors. That's not
very randomly. like give them a bag of cubes or something.
Yeah.
That might be just a treat once or twice a year.
Just to get them to come up.
Just get them to be, kind.
So
come on up.
Over there right now, we have lowline Angus and we have a lowline Hereford bull, and they've been together for quite some time now.
Yeah.
So we should be expecting babies at some point soon, which would be really cool. And like I said, we're going to be looking to add a few more heifers and just kind of up our herd a little bit. And TD's pulling for the Beefmaster, which I found some Beefmaster heifers today, remember?
Beefmaster.
And in Maybank. And they were heavy bred pregnant. So maybe that would be your Beefmasters that you want.
Brandon, we do consume. I personally consume honey, and I put that in my.
Consumes lots of honey.
Yeah,
he puts too much honey in his coffee, y'all.
No,
inside baseball.
That's how I have all my energy. Okay, unlike that's how I have superhuman strength. Is just 2 teaspoons of honey in my quart of coffee.
Yeah, it's nothing extreme.
Anyway, I burn it off.
Try drinking it.
That's how I have my energy in the morning.
Yeah.
But we absolutely did fruit.
Yes.
For the first few months of transitioning into carnivore, we did all of the low sugar fruit like raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, and we did use strawberries, which are not the lowest sugar fruit, but we did use frozen strawberries. All of those frozen, so there was no waste. And we used a very, very clean keto powder and used that as smoothies. Also, my little ones just loved cups of frozen blueberries, as did I, the first couple of months that we were switching over. Now we'll have like one of those fruit, berry, low sugar berries, same berries that I just listed for you, and that keto powder, maybe like every other day, or it just depends on when we're feeling like it. You don't have it. You never have a smoothie.
No.
I haven't had a smoothie for months.
Yeah, but
it's
mainly like me and the little kids. And just kind of, and I didn't have it for a long time. And then this last time that we got sick, I just added it back in to our regimen, because being sick just threw a whole new twist to it. And the keto powder that we have is a full meal replacement. So that's just like a little bonus tip for you, that
also,
if you're sick,
we're not doctors, so consult your doctor.
Yeah. But
there you go.
When we were sick,
your doctor
that
cares
option
about you.
helped a
Your
lot.
doctor loves you.
Also, bone broth was really nice.
If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor.
Supposedly. That was a rumor I heard a couple years ago.
Carlos. Okay, we can start now.
Carlos is here. Okay, let's start.
Let's start.
And if we do not get the freak freeze right before April snap, we will have tons of different varieties of mulberry. All of my 4
insane
varieties,
amount of fruit.
Yeah, all my new varieties of blueberries are all flowering, and
between the peach trees, the pear trees, almond trees, apple trees. Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah, we'll have lots of mulberries.
Insane
we'll have
amount of fruit.
And I'm gonna have some first time mulberries. I got a Chinese variety, Chiang Mai 60, and a Valdosta mulberry, and a Miss Kim, and some white beauties, and a Florida Giant, and all kinds of soup. And then our regular, the ones we sell in the food forest in a box, is they're everything.
I also think all the fruit, all the fig trees are going to do really good, because they didn't get we didn't really get a really long cold winter. Like, it felt only like we had some real cold weather for a couple weeks this year, like really cold, like really cold, like 10 degrees or something like that. And the coldest ever, I think the coldest it ever got this year was around like 10 or 12.
Yeah, for a day.
That was only for one day.
Yeah, the great thing this year is we never got an extended cold snap.
Yeah.
Like, it got cold a couple times,
but
it never stayed.
That's
cold.
Climate change.
The climate be changing, y'all.
Global warming.
Yep. So there you go. We're globally warmer.
The more you know.
But it's really neat. You can see the microclimates in the different orchards.
Yep.
And it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
And carnivore update. Our chickens are doing
Oh.
fantastic. They have been cranking out the eggs all winter, basically. Yeah. I don't think they slowed down all winter. And so we just have tons of eggs. We've actually been able to sell all of our extra eggs, which has been really nice this year.
Yeah.
And
offset some of their feed cost.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been really good. And I think the big game changer with the chickens, like last year and this year, was just having them in that hoop. And we have like a long
chicken Fort Knox
out there, and it is like cattle panel hooped over with chicken wire on top, and like nothing can get in or out of there. Yeah. And that's just kept them all alive. And then they lay eggs in their nest boxes, and it's just been great.
Yeah. So. We've learned over the past 6 or 7 years of building chicken coops, and then lots of Alaska homestead documentaries.
Yeah.
Just build a bomb-proof, a really big chicken coop, but make it bomb-proof. Like, don't skimp out on it because chickens are really stupid. So you gotta, anything and everything will try to eat them. Mm-hmm. And you just gotta make sure it is a bomb-proof shelter that they live in, and then also on top of it, making them happy in there too.
Yes.
Keeping it clean and all that type of fun stuff.
Keeping their nest boxes fluffy and
clean water. Plenty of food.
Shavings. We do the deep litter method and just always put in extra clean shavings, and having feed and water there all the time. So they're always happy. They're not feeling any stress.
We were buying from our neighbors. I had like 3 different neighbors. Yeah. We were buying 100 and some eggs a weekend.
When was that? So
that was
sometime this winter, like before they started.
Yeah, it was either like right after a molt or something, and then we put a light on them, and then they clicked right back on.
We were going through a ton of eggs. We had like 3 neighbors that were supplying us with eggs.
Yeah.
And we were still having to buy eggs from the store too. It was
crazy enough.
A crazy amount of eggs. But then we've played with it at different times with Carnivore, where we take the eggs off the menu and just kind of play around with that, and then add the eggs back in and just kind of see.
Yeah, you definitely have to mix it up. That's for sure. You know,
definitely.
So for me, it's been like egg yolks. I added back in just the yolks, and that's been really good. And then our pigs are doing good.
Yeah. William came and picked up 6 of the 8 on this Friday. And that was really cool. In the rain.
That was great.
But it was really.
We were going to like hang out and do cool stuff, and it was just raining. And I'm like, oh, this kind of stinks. And it was cold.
It was cold.
It was 50.
It was freezing.
Like cold.
Freezing.
Yes.
But so. But anyway, we caught them, and they got them in the cage. The one thing that we did do is we kept 2 of the piglets, just so then we can wean Beans off, so then she won't get any infections or anything like that. So
she's still nursing.
Because she's still nursing and producing.
Yeah, eggs are easily $5, $6, $7 a dozen down here.
Yeah, for good quality eggs, But our normal prices that we were paying from the neighbors were
4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah,
okay.
They weren't.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy. Yeah.
So the other 2 piglets will go to William's
in a couple
weeks, and then we'll just have Mama Pig, and we have Danny Pig, which we had the older pig processed. He's in the freezer, but his son Danny is going to be our new boar, and so we'll be back down to 2, and then they'll be just rotated in between the front and the back orchard to keep the grass down in the orchards through the summertime.
Yep, they do a great job at maintaining the property.
Yeah, and in the heat of the summer, they have all the trees for protection, for shade, so it really works out well for the pigs.
Yeah, and they have the gray water in the back too, so it's kind of like we perpetually don't have to water them and all that.
Yeah, that works out good in the summertime too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So our eggs are doing good. Our chickens are doing good. Our pigs are doing good.
Yep.
Our cows are there,
They're not
but we
there
need
yet.
to they're not there yet.
Yeah.
The herd isn't where we want it to be yet.
Right.
And y'all got a lot of land cleared,
a lot.
Oh my.
a ton done.
We got pretty much, I think in all land wise, we probably cleared a good 10 acres.
Yeah, I would say so.
Good solid 10 acres out of the 15 over there. And I still have 2 more days of rental time that I can use. I'm on tab right now with my rental guy. He's a really, really nice guy. And actually, I'd highly recommend y'all to go check him out. He actually wanted me to shout out his rental company if I wanted to y'all, because I said I had a YouTube channel. And he's like, normally the people that he rents to are older people and they're not super, super tech savvy. So he's like, if you do have a internet following or something like that, to shout him out. He's in Hughes Springs, Texas. And if you just Google rental equipment in Hughes Springs, Texas, and if you're anywhere close to Hughes Springs, Texas, his name's Nick. He's an amazing guy.
What's the name of his rental?
It's like,
oh, here, let me.
Yeah, look it up. What?
Let me look
It's
it up.
something. It has something at the start of it. Something. Just type in equipment rentals in Hughes Springs.
Mark G, howdy. And E Tao wants to know, what's the average cost of acre in our area?
A minimum of 10,000.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, great. Isn't it great? Is it FV?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
So, y'all, I guess it's FVIII or
Yep.
maybe FV3.
Yeah.
Equipment rentals.
Yes, that's it.
So, and that is the website too. FVIII equipment.com.
Yeah, I knew it was something goofy like that.
Tell Nick, the Texas
Awesome.
boy, said, what's up?
Awesome guy. Like, equipment went wrong, and the equipment was great. Just normal stuff that happens when you're brush hogging and chewing through trees and stuff. And, hydraulic leak happened on skid steer, perfectly fine. He swapped me out with the skid steer. And then like a couple of hours later, track snapped in half and he was totally fine. And it was great. And really great guy. Go check him out if you're anywhere near Hughes Springs, Texas, and you need he has all types of really cool equipment over there for really, really good prices.
And he's super honest.
And he's a really honest Texas guy. Yeah.
I'll put it in the
awesome.
Put it in the chat, y'all.
FVIII.
Quit. I want to make sure I spelled this right.
I think it's capital I's.
No, it's fine.
Because are you just going to do a... Yeah, it's like Roman numerals. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I think that's what I was thinking now.
So we did find a steer to purchase for ourselves, for our family, that's going to be getting processed next Sunday evening.
Who did what?
Well, we're picking him up next Sunday evening.
Oh.
And taking him in. So that's exciting because we had a couple empty freezers and we would just want to keep our freezers full. So
wait, not this coming
Sunday.
It's definitely Roman numerals.
Yeah.
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 So that is a huge blessing that we were able to get him for a good price, and he's a big fat boy, beef cow. So
is he a beef master? No, he's an Angus.
You just like saying beef master.
I just like saying beef master. I was just talking to a guy yesterday at church, and they raise beef masters.
Well,
so
every time we go to church,
we
pass a gigantic herd of beef masters.
Yes.
Yeah. And they graze in this really old pecan orchard, and it's really pretty.
Did we decide if we're going to KetoCon this year?
I didn't know there was a KetoCon.
There is a keto.
Yeah, it's in Austin. I think it's in August.
It's like KetoCon Austin.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
I really want to go to KetoCon. I really don't want to go to Austin. So that would be the thing.
Anyway.
We haven't talked about the Exit and Build Land Summit, but that's in Bastrop,
Texas.
and that's in May or whatever.
Yeah.
Joel Salatin's going to be there this year.
Oh, okay.
Joel Salatin and Mike Adams is going to be speaking there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we could Mike Adams, Joel Salatin, Jack Spirko will be back. Derek Bros, Nicole Sauce, John Bush, all that cool stuff.
That's awesome.
I really like the Airbnb we rented too. So we might go back to the Exit and Build Land Summit. That was
Airbnb was awesome. If we could get that same one, because it was only like 5 minutes
right
away.
There.
Yeah. So are you going to KetoCon, Nola?
Oh, and in May.
Okay.
Oh, Shafee's going to be there. That's interesting. He's going to be in the U.S. Huh?
Oh wow.
So that's the end of May.
That's super cool.
More. Yeah, it's tempting, but then there's Austin.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll be outside of Austin.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, might just be in the vicinity.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do despise going into any Babylonian.
Yeah, we're not
village
city.
too.
We're not city people.
Yeah.
I know there are some beautiful things to see in Austin, right? There's like the river walk and there's some beautiful things to see. Unfortunately, I'm sure there's lots of not so great things to see in Austin. No,
Oh, sure.
that's not nice. I should.
That's every city, though.
That's every city. That is literally
There's
every
good
city.
size, good parts and bad parts.
My God, meat.
Oops, that didn't come up.
No, we're not eating bugs yet, Wilmer.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
It's the bugs.
I know they're technically carnivore, but we're not there yet.
No, I'm good. Nicole Kidman can eat all the bugs herself. Freaky deaky weirdo.
Yeah. There is a lot of wild hogs, and if there ever is some type of grid down zombie apocalypse, we're fine down here in the South with the amount of hogs, because they procreate.
The
so
problem becomes
fast.
the solution.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
We will
protocol.
all eat pork.
Yes, we will.
Because what will be the first thing to go right away will be the beef cows, and then after that will be the wild hogs everywhere. And then alligators too, but that's over there in Louisiana and those other ones. Florida, of course, near the Everglades.
Well, we have some alligators.
Well, yeah, over there towards Louisiana, yeah, over there. Man, what's the big lake out there? I can't think of the lake.
Where were you talking about?
Over there on the Louisiana border.
Oh, Caddo. The only natural lake
Yeah,
in.
There's lots of gators out there. Caddo.
So, anything else up and coming?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, we just got a lot of jobs to do.
Yeah.
Construction wise. Yeah. Construction, sawmilling jobs.
KetoCon is in the heart of Austin.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Deep in the heart of Austin. Yuck.
Nice. Yeah, I've always wanted to go hog hunting in a helicopter.
If you want to know what it's like to go hog hunting in a helicopter in Texas, who's the conservative? He's gone conservative comedian because his wife,
Jimmy Brewer.
Yeah, Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer.
He's got a
he nails that
about hog
right,
hunting.
right on the head.
Yeah.
That was his first exposure to Texas. So
I think it's that one called Country Boy. Will Survive.
Country Boy will survive.
Yeah.
What's the name of your service?
What's the name of our service? Well, if you want to get in touch with us, you can email us and we can help you out. If you're anywhere,
You got to be local.
yeah, you definitely got to be local.
Yeah.
But yeah, just email us at countrytexasboys@gmail.com. and we do construction. We do electrical, plumbing, basic HVAC.
The wall.
Yeah, somebody threw something at that door.
Oh.
Sawmilling, all that type of fun stuff. So we've been slowly building up that business because YouTube and the website have totally been an amazing thing and definitely a great launching pad, and have funded this construction / sawmilling adventure. But I just love that us boys can control it.
Yeah.
Like perfectly. Like it's
the technocrats
we
cannot throttle you.
we live we live in reality, and it's like, oh, okay, I can work really hard. I can go put up signs, and guess what? I get positive feedback by people calling me, and I can get jobs assigned and everything like that. Unlike trying to please
like
the crowd
AI
on
gods,
here.
Yeah. Eat it, YouTube.
Yeah, it's like I can put my heart, blood, I can put my whole heart into a video, and then it get
600 views.
Yeah, which is
and then you
fine.
get people, I like this kind of video. Why don't you make it more? Because it gets 600 views.
Because I'm busy doing really productive things.
Yeah.
So
and do you want him to tell you what he wants done too? So like where he's at, so we know how far away he is,
definitely.
And then what you're interested in having done. And
yeah,
then the
definitely.
will get back to you on
sure.
that.
Yep.
Hello from Australia.
Wow.
Are we awake now? Hello, Australia.
In many ways, we're awake.
Awesome.
More than
awake,
one.
but not woke.
Yeah.
Exactly. Awake, but not woke.
So you've been busy in your orchard. The boys have been busy clearing land and getting that all prepped and ready for seeding it. You're going to work on grass, maybe rolling out some hay.
Yeah. Seeding it. All that type of fun stuff. Yeah. And then we can start building like buildings over there and different things like that.
Yeah.
So
infrastructure.
Yeah.
And I've just been busy in the house homeschooling the little 3 and also finishing up our last year or 2 of homeschool with my 3rd oldest and 3rd down from the top oldest. And so that's kept me busy. Homeschooling 4, that's been busy in the afternoons, but I've been loving it. It's been super fun.
What do you do as a professional?
Me?
Yeah. How do you feel fulfilled just by keeping the home and training the children? That sounds
what do you even do?
What do you even do?
Yeah, what do you even do
all day? What do you even do?
For real. Great question.
Do you just sit around and eat bonbons?
I've been just sitting around eating bonbons.
That's why you had to go carnivore, because
Exactly.
you gained so much weight sitting around eating bonbons.
Exactly.
Yeah. So just homeschooling them. I've been just doing it one at a time, which takes longer. I never really homeschooled one at a time before. With the first 3, we didn't do much of that. We did more like group homeschool, get it all done. But it takes longer, but I'm enjoying it way, way more because it's just one-on-one and I can totally focus on that child at the table with me.
Yeah.
And we just really been enjoying it. And I have like a big stack I'm doing it more like teacher tutor kind of style, like where I don't know if that's really a thing, but I just made it up. But like, when you were in school and your teacher had like a whole bunch of things on her desk that she did to keep herself busy all day while you were kind of working through your schoolwork. And then she was there to help you or give you instruction or teach you at times. But then there's still like a lot of downtime. So then in the downtime, I have like just a whole bunch of things to keep myself busy.
Bonbons.
And so it's just been really fun. I have like all kinds of journals and things that I'm working on and doing, and books that I'm reading and notes that I'm taking and just different things. So that keeps my brain busy. And it's just kind of like, it's the homeschool time, but it's also kind of like enjoyable me time that I can actually sit and do some things that I actually enjoy doing. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. I really, really I just love it. It's like the highlight of my day. And then in the afternoons, I'm free to get my housework done and get dinner prepped, and that's pretty much been it. Sometimes I tackle a bigger project, or like deep clean one room, or something like that, and that's pretty much been the theme. The theme. I mean, this winter and spring, it's been the theme, and I'm super enjoying it. So it's been fun. Still using the good and the beautiful, and we're still using some of the
the littles. You don't use.
We did away with the Acellus for this season of our life. We haven't been using it for a while now. My one son, my oldest, that is still homeschooling. He is 15 now. He uses Acellus for math.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But my little ones and him too were using the good and the beautiful for language arts. I absolutely love it. Can't recommend it highly enough. And then we're using like some Amish school books for our math and our penmanship. So it's been great.
Starlink has been utterly flawless.
Yes.
And a super game changer. I definitely feel the soupy irony of the fact that we finally get good internet and we stop creating content, but that's kind of funny. But yes, our internet is now perfect now that we are not creating content and trying to interview really cool people.
But we still love our community. Like I just
of
feel
course
like
we do.
Have a great community of people on here, and
absolutely. I mean, that's why we're on right now.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a it's a very challenging balance, you know, to try to, because like you come up with lots of really cool video ideas,
Sure.
and then part of you is like, I do want to do this video and I want to put it together, and I know it's only going to get 600 views, and that's really annoying and kind of dumb,
too,
you know, and that's fine. But like, you know, I'm once again, you know, by the grace of God, but like I'm having like the best year of my professional career again. And the boys are like trying to keep pace with me. And it's like, and it's so great. And, you know, and that
everybody's busy.
Yeah. And that's, you know, that's an incredible blessing. And then it's just
bragging on Jesus here.
And it was easy when the boys weren't working outside of the farm, you know.
It's amazing, and I still want to keep it up for the 3 younger kids, younger ones that are coming up, because it's an amazing hobby / full-time gig to do. Keeps you out of the thing is that that's incredible, is you get to learn responsibility by, you know, packing up a couple orders every week. Hey, you know, you got to fulfill this,
couple orders every day
or whatever, you know, fill in the blank. And
hopefully,
you know, checking emails and making content and scheduling it, and just learning that whole
teaches a lot of responsibility.
It teaches a lot of responsibility, and on top of that, you make some good money. And for a 10 or 12-year-old, like that's great, you know. So I definitely want that for them, and then be able to use it like we used it, and you buy tools and different things like that. And it's just
I love the fact that, you know, we did have this brief burst on ThemeTube, and it did generate a very substantial amount of revenue.
Very brief.
3 months. 3 months.
2.
Yeah, maybe.
No, 3
2 or
months.
3.
Yeah, 3 months.
3 months.
I actually track all this stuff. So it's 3 months.
At least somebody's paying attention.
It generated a revenue that you would like to like continue.
Right, that would have been
substantial and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that you were able to take that and purchase a sawmill and a work truck and a work trailer.
And now looking back,
these tools.
Now looking back at it, I'm actually glad that it crashed.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it is so much, actual physical work is so much more enjoyable than
it's more satisfying.
More satisfying and rewarding than internet work.
Well, and
you know?
social media
Yeah.
is so disgusting in this sense. We absolutely, completely, and utterly love our community
100%.
to bits.
Yeah.
But this technocratic kind of groupthink, especially now with all the new re-education stuff, and like, how come he can say that word and he says that word all the time and he gets hundreds of thousands of views, and I can't say that word, and I go into the boo-boo timeout and I did the boo-boo, and I got to get re-educated, and that just literally, you know, it does
it does like
psychological
damage.
Yeah, it does
to you,
like on purpose. It's by design.
So then, like when you're in reality talking to somebody, you'll sometimes catch yourself filtering yourself, and I'm like, why am I doing that? I'm talking to a normal human being. Like, I don't need to do that. And it's just it's
and that's been one of the staying forces for us to stay on.
Is the community.
It's the community, and it's spite. It is spite. There's spite in there.
Only for you, honey.
Only for me. But it is, you know, it's how I've become successful. These different, I've always been driven by negative, you know, even though I've read all these sales books and, you know, done all the audio programs and did all that stuff, I've always been driven by negative, self-imposed negative spite. Let's just say spite. I hate YouTube, but
yeah, I mean,
hate.
And
did I say I hate YouTube?
You kind of, I mean, I would say we kind of got off the hamster wheel of YouTube. Like, we make stuff that we enjoy, we make content that we enjoy, whether it's going to get views or not get views, whatever. I have a whole bunch of content that I would love to create for my channel right now. I'm totally inspired. I have so much, but it's just prioritizing my time and trying to figure out when that would be that I could consistently do it. That's not going to take time away from my family, because it would have to be probably in the evenings, and in the evenings is when I relax with my family.
That's when everybody comes together.
I don't really want to be doing something different, although I realize there is a sacrifice that has to be made to, like, you know, to help other people and reach out to other people too. So
and that
find a balance.
That part is totally awesome. And not only that, but like every creator that we've networked with and made friends with, there's plenty of other creators that we've met and whatever, you know, and they're as real as YouTube is real. But but like, we have met some of like awesome, like
William.
Like William and Billy and Chris at Financial Prepper. I mean, just people that are really your real friends, and you just want to like just hang out with these people. You want them to be part of your community. You want to visit with them, and it's neat.
We've met a lot of really cool people. It's been worth it just for that.
Yeah, and it has been worth it just for that. And, you know, and we're going to continue to let it evolve, for lack of a better word, or whatever. And
but we're not chasing it.
No,
we're just not chasing it. We don't have time to chase it, and we just got different priorities. So when you see something,
and if we can get more time, I really, I don't know how much Matt likes it. I love doing the podcast thing. I love interviewing.
I love the podcast thing because I listen to podcasts, and I don't know. Yeah, I love podcasts.
You didn't even listen to your last podcast with me and your mother.
I didn't.
That's terrible. He could have got a download.
He listens to me all the time.
What did y'all talk about?
What did we talk about, Mother?
I don't even remember. What
were we talking about? We were talking about that. That was our 10th year Texas anniversary. Strategic relocation. Was it a mistake?
Yes.
You haven't listened to that, y'all. Subscribe to the Fearless podcast.
And
it's on all your podcatchers.
I love doing podcasts with you, just like about family stuff. And
I would like to maybe schedule out some more time to do that. I love talking about I am very, well, concerned is an understatement, but I mean, the more we, just in general, just society, like it's such a tremendous blessing to be able to work with your boys. I'm so thankful. The last 3 years I was in business before we moved, I was able to work with my dad, and I hired my dad, and he worked for me, and that was before he started having strokes and being sick and everything. And I'm so thankful for all that, and it's really strange because I was this financial planner and it was going to be great and I had all this equity and blah, blah, blah. And I was going to work smarter, not harder. And, whatever, and that didn't happen. Okay. 11 years invested, had all this equity, and that didn't happen. And then I end up in construction. My poor dad was just like, had his own little general construction handyman thing. And I worked with him as a kid and I didn't pay attention. Like, I'm not going to work that hard. That's stupid, and I don't need to pay attention. Who needs to know all this practical stuff that'll like actually help you where you can actually do something. Like, I'm going to go to college and I'm going to be a professional. And yeah, that's smart me. And then God in his sovereignty and rather ironic, God is very ironic, y'all. I don't know. He has
the best sense of humor.
He's got an incredible sense of humor.
Yes.
And he loves irony. And in this
very thick,
in this twist of life, I go from this professional.
And you weren't happy.
No, I hated it.
No, you're miserable.
No, I hated it. I hate it. Well, because the entire sector is a scam. The entire sector, and that doesn't mean that there's not good people.
Just the physical being in the office all day.
Yeah, and working with women and all that stuff. I really don't like.
Love women.
The only woman I want to work with is my wife, and when I say these type of things, it's not to be inflammatory. No. It's to be like 1980s and 90s real, when you could like be a real man and like talk about stuff, like, how Trump says disgusting stuff and people appreciate it because he's actually kind of talking like a man, even though he's nasty and dirty and perverted.
You shouldn't talk about Trump and women in the same paragraph.
But I'm explaining the fact that if a real man that wasn't dirty and raunchy and had 8 million wives and all this stuff would just like talk real and be real and like, and when you talk about, and then they try to say you're patriarchal, misogynistic, and all these different things, but well,
you love and appreciate women.
I love and appreciate women in their proper roles, where they were created and designed to be, in the appropriate attire of a feminine woman that's not confused if she might want to be a man. For the same exact reason that I wouldn't want to see a dude in a dress. It's the same reason I don't appreciate women in men's clothes. And these are the things I want to talk about. And because there's even in Christianity, nothing is clearly defined. All the lines are blurred. And there are groups of people that think they're so historically holding to these landmarks, and they're,
This is the other very funny, ironic thing. Dirty old white men run this country.
Dirty old traffickers.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Eugenics. We're talking about eugenics.
Yeah. And when these same guys that run this country,
Fabian socialists,
they call us, the racist people. We're so racist, when it's a bunch of old, creepy white guys running this country. Joe. Yeah, creepy old Joe.
And the rest of the eugenics.
Yeah.
And then all the panderers, well, we won't go down that rabbit trail, but anyway. But I would like to discuss these things, and to not be hyperbolic or inflammatory, but to just be real. We can't, you get all this weird stuff now in Christianity, complementarianism, and now you got all, this is the new thing, egalitarianism, and then, no, it's not egalitarianism, it's complementarianism. And it's all this, it's all postmodern deconstruction. This is the reconstruction part of the, well, now that everything's deconstructed, let's reconstruct it as complementarianism and all. You just made that up there. No, it's patriarchy. Father God created Adam, but that's a whole different topic for a different day. That's
if y'all are interested,
it's a podcast, maybe.
A podcast.
Yeah, it'd be a good podcast.
But
traditional. It would be like a traditional home podcast.
And it would, like, you've been so indoctrinated that you do, like, when I say real things, it would. Oh, they didn't like it. Whoa.
Yo, somebody's on the computer right now.
Somebody be hacking.
Default. All right. Whoa.
Oh, no, we're still on here. That's weird. Somebody's hacking our computer live in real time, y'all.
Whoa.
You still there?
Whoa.
No.